It's the day after Monday Night Raw. I'm Alex. He's Shaw. Dude, how are you?
I am good. I am a lot better now that I know the direction that they're going with a few people that we'll get into.
Definitely that. I don't know if I'm better. I'm a little upset with some of the stuff, but we're going to get into it right now. The show kicked off with the Gunther and Damian Priest promo. Gunther started out strong, and then somehow they got into a melee, and Gunther got put through the table with the Razor's Edge. Man, I mean, I thought it was strong for Priest, but it made Gunther look like it made him look lackluster and not like the Reign General. And I feel like they're kind of crapping on him. I thought he was one of Triple H's guys at the beginning, but now I'm feeling like Triple H kind of lost faith in him. I think Gunther could have been the future of the division, like the monster heel for Raw, but maybe not. Uh, like I said, Priest did good, but man, Gunther looks like he looks like a scrub. What are your thoughts?
Well, my first thought is,
Oh, hi Peter.
why did you spend all this time? Oh, hey Peter, what's up, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't see
Yeah.
myself.
We see you. I see you.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, Shaw. What were you saying about the Gunther and Priest segment?
I don't understand why you have to bury your world champion to make Damian Priest look good. You're trying to make Damian Priest look strong, like he can stand on his own 2 feet without the Judgment Day. And in the midst of that, like your world champion is just getting his ass whooped every week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he gets some offense in, but the clothing is always Damian Priest. If it was 1 week Priest and then 1 week Gunther got over on him, okay, cool. But you're burying your world champion, and I don't like the way Gunther's being booked.
I agree. I agree. Peter, he's on mute.
Um.
All right.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Um. We're talking about Gunther and
yeah. The Gunther
how
and
he's
Priest
being
segment.
booked. The segment wasn't the best. I I am more so questioning the direction they're going with Gunther. Only because 2 or 3 weeks ago he talks to Kaiser about priests and about what they were doing, and it seemed like he was on the way of going to like a babyface turn. He even said Cody being one fair and square. He's like, we just got to be better. And then he does the weird thing where he attacks Damien from behind, and so I was just like, it just went. I don't know if there was a change of heart. Somebody was like, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't go well." So I was confusing on that, and I was interested to where a honorable champion version of Gunther would go. But now this, I don't know. It just seemed like there was a some sort of change in plans.
Yeah, but I feel like that way with Braun Breaker as well.
Yes,
Um,
very, very so.
so I think they're just kind of confused of where they want to place these guys. I know they feel like Jay Uso is probably the most over baby face on Raw, but Jay's in the Bloodline storyline, so he really can't be a top guy if that makes sense, because he's still second to Roman Reigns, and now he's like third because CM Punk's on the team, so he's not. And then when The
Yeah,
Rock comes
but
back,
Punk's gonna go back to whatever he's doing after this.
true, true, true. I do. That is true, but who knows? Then we had the Jade Cargill update with Naomi and Rhea Ripley and all that and damage control, and then trying to figure out who the fourth person, the fifth woman is going to be after Jade got injured, storyline and real life. I wish Jade well wishes for her to have a speedy recovery. I thought this was an okay segment, nothing big, not a big deal. I think I would have liked Kari Zane in there, but obviously we know where they went later on in the show and where they're heading. But what were you guys' thoughts on this?
Before I get into it, I still think WWE's the way they handle injuries is still like overdone with the way they posted it and they had all these like various different injuries and it's almost like they go out of their way to name these like weird unknown like bones or parts of the body just to I don't know to make it sound very distinguished or something. I don't know what they always do. It's like they and like the rumor was they're afraid well not afraid but they ban words like hospital and stuff. So it's like they
Yeah,
go out of their way to use all these overly descriptive words for for injuries and I don't know why. I think we should stop that.
I completely agree. I think it's stupid. It's convoluted, and it's hard for layman's terms because no other real sport does that.
It was like a list of like five different injuries she had, and it was just like I didn't even look it up. I'm just I guess it's real. These things probably exist. I don't know.
They could have
I
said it was
think
spinal, and I would have been fine.
yeah, that would have been fine. That would have been fine. I think it's unfortunate that Jade's not going to be in War Games. While I I guess I didn't have high expectations for some crazy performance from her in War Games. I still would have wanted to see her, and it sucks that to get that taken away. Now, if she does have some real injury, hopefully she's back by the time WrestleMania is here. Um, Bailey being in there is interesting, and she's a name that's been coming up anyway. Within that team and about why was Bianca cool with EO being a part of the team but she still has problems with Bailey, so this is very interesting. It's also interesting to see how if we're going to see any weird interactions between Bailey and EO or so.
Agreed, agreed. I think the problems with Bailey started before Damage Control. If you
Yeah,
guys remember, when they were riding Otis on their back and stuff like when they were doing that stupid that stupid triathlete challenge that Bailey challenged Bianca to, and now we're having this. Like, I guess that's her forever rival, considering that Sasha slash Mercedes isn't in the company anymore. Her forever
yeah.
rival is Bailey. The thing with EO doesn't make sense. That is true. EO is just a part of. She is still in Damage Control. She's pretty much the de facto leader of Damage Control at this point. Um, but I guess the true problem is with Bailey. So I don't know. Senor Shaw.
We were waiting for him.
Oh yeah, that whole spiel is not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to turn out the way that it did, not to fast forward to it, but with Bailey helping out Bianca. I know they're gonna turn Bianca heel, and I'm very interested in seeing this. But for the most part, my whole issue with this team is just Naomi raising her hand to speak, Naomi whispering, Bailey, like not really me. You know what I'm saying? She literally had to whisper shit. Like when she spoke, everybody looked at her like she had a voice. Like I don't like Naomi like coming back to WWE and kind of like being like the fifth wheel. Even when they did the big three, she was the third wheel in that team. I just don't like the way. I mean, yeah, I could be happy that she's part of the team and that's cool. But when they brought her back, man, I just expected more. And this year is almost over with, and we've yet to see her really shine.
I don't know. We seen on Raw, she was very open and spoke her mind about wanting to include Bailey a part of the team. And there was even a little friction between her and Bianca about it. And she stood her ground on the subject.
Very true. Very true.
Uh, I think she's being weak as hell.
I mean, she's not in the forefront, no. Which I understand. In Impact, she was the girl. Like they treated her like a star, like she is. But that's a big fish in a small pond. She's a big fish in a bigger pond now, and she's not gonna. And she's older. Like she's older than Bianca. They're not. She's not a lot older than Bianca, but she is older than Bianca. Bianca's still a fresher face than Naomi. Um, I feel, which we spoke about this earlier, that Bianca is the most marketable woman in the company. You can put her
Facts.
kids,
Yep.
everybody wants grown women will get that braid sewed into their head so they can all swing it around and buy her gear. She's definitely a person that you can put on TV shows, and she's acceptable everywhere. Um, but and
By
if
the
they
way,
turn,
grown ass Vanessa Hutchins had the Bianca Braid at Raw.
yes, I saw that, and you got to look if she and she acknowledged our tribal chief. By the way, let's
She
we can put
she
that out
did.
there.
She did.
But I mean, Bianca's it to me. Bianca's it, and I can understand Naomi. Naomi paid her dues. She paved the way for what black women can do within the WWE at this point in time. But she's still Naomi in the WWE, and I don't see her ever getting a push unless she's a heel.
I do eventually see her getting another shot at the championship, though. I do see that. Now, why do I see her consistently being at the forefront? I mean, if I was booking, yeah, but since I'm not, not necessarily. But I don't see her just being without anything to do. I'm sure she's gonna get her moments here and there. She's gonna be constantly in the space like like Bianca, maybe not, but I think she's still got some good moments coming.
She might, she might. I can see a resurgence with the glow.
I do think, and I say this with all due respect, like she is my favorite woman in the division, but I do think it's time to change up and retire the glow.
I can see that, but you also have to think, and technically, most people don't know where she even gets it from. Like nobody's seen the Last Dragon. Most of the I mean, I've seen the Last Dragon, but I'm an older guy, but I'm not the
Yeah,
majority
yeah.
of the WWE audience. That's not me, and that's definitely not who's going to buy a glow in the dark belt for Naomi. I would never buy that belt. So
I thought it looked good on her. I don't want it, but I thought it was cool on her.
it looks good on her. Like Cena's belt looked good on him. I would never buy
Yeah,
the spinner belt.
exactly. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people buy the spinner belt. That's their belt they grew up with. That's not the belt I grew up with. But you know, to each his own. I can understand, but I don't see Naomi right now. Maybe next year, but right now, I don't see her being at the forefront. Sorry, Shaw. She'll get it. She'll get that. She'll get back up there one day.
No, she won't.
Damn.
Naomi's a solid card to have. Like she's gonna still get some big matches. It's gonna come. I don't see her just being cast away to the side. Like it's coming. And is she gonna have like this constant like her doing with the championship for 6 pay-per-views in a row? Probably not. If it was up to me, yeah, sure, but it's not. But she's got some big matches. She's got some big championship matches ahead. I'm willing to bet she's got at least another title run coming.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see after this Jade and Bianca thing blows up, we can have a big three triple threat match, and then the question is who's going to take the fall, and Naomi will beat somebody. It might not be clean. It might be a little shaky. It
Hey,
might
win is
be,
a win.
but yeah, Bianca hit a KOD, and then she just kind of sneaks up on it and pins Jade or something like that. I'll be fine with that.
I want. I still do want some big matches with Naomi. Just that do show that respect to her, like she had in TNA. She's had a few with Charlotte, and I feel like we need more of that.
With Charlotte, everyone had one.
Yeah,
You know, you can love Charlotte or hate her and say she was overpushed or not, but she always made everybody look good. You
You
know,
oh yeah. Well, not only that, it was when she was champion, and it Naomi was treated as as a higher caliber person at the
yeah,
time. That's what I meant.
no, definitely. You know, but Charlotte's not there, and right now she'll be there. She'll be probably be there in January. I'm for sure she's winning the Royal Rumble probably. She's Charlotte Flair.
We don't need
Woo,
that. We don't need
woo. Well, I didn't say we needed it. I wanted it.
like I would love to see her back and all that. But coming in and just instantly winning the Rumble, and you know what, whatever, let her have it.
I mean, hopefully by then this Rhea and Liv thing will be done. Please.
I do think WWE needs to hurry up and pull the trigger on a Bianca Rhea feud while we can. Like, it's been teased, it's been talked about, they've been separated on different brands, but seeing the Raw segment, it made me realize, like, oh yeah, we need to hurry up and get this before it's too late.
Oh, we definitely need it. You're
Yeah.
correct. We definitely need it. They had that little tension they got in each other's face. And if any two young women from the performance center can perform, it's those two. They'll tear the house down. They'll be just as good as what I feel is the greatest women's match of all time, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
Mm.
That's just my opinion, but I think they can
You
top
said
it.
the greatest women's match or the greatest women's match at WrestleMania?
Greatest women's match of WrestleMania.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Because
that's fair.
I mean, women aren't really showcased at WrestleMania, and they really don't have a show stealing match. Not
And
saying that
now, yeah,
Bianca,
yeah, it was.
yeah, I'm not saying that Bianca and Mercedes didn't have a good one, but it was not on the level of Charlotte and Rhea,
That's
in my
fair.
opinion.
No, no, no. I think I agree with that.
You know, because Charlotte and Rhea are very physical women. Like they'll take bumps that a man will be like, I don't think I'll take that bump. You know,
Yeah.
um, the only person that'll take all the bumps that they'll take is Darby Allin, but he'll die, so he doesn't care. He's on suicide watch every time he steps into the ring. Jesus. But moving on to what I thought was match of the night, the Tornado tag match with American Made versus the LWO, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. I thought this showed us that Rey Mysterio, no matter how old he is, he can still go. And the Creed brothers are the future of the tag team division. I don't know why we have our current tag team champions when we have this type of talent on Raw. But it is what it is. But great match overall. I love me some Creed brothers. I love me some American Made. They might be the knockoff Team Angle, but
What they're doing with American Made in comparison with what they had with Otis and everyone else, I think they have a legitimate team here. It's not so much a comedy act. I think it's a lot more serious. And I really like what Chad Gable is doing. But at the same time, I'm selfish. Now I want to see Chad Gable have another solo run in WWE.
you guys there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But what did you guys think of the Creed brothers versus the LWO?
Yeah, as well. I was saying, I have to cut off, but I was
Yeah,
saying that I like what they're doing with it, but I really would appreciate it if we saw Chad Gable do his solo running. I feel there's a lot of unfinished business with him and Otis, and that feud could have been money. And I understand WE has other ideas right now, and we're not really going to get that at this point in time. But that's something I would definitely like to see in 2025. As far as the Creed brothers, they need to be tag team. I mean, they remind me a lot of the Outrunners in AEW. Just traditional tag team, and I think WWE was missing that for a while, and I think they have it now with this group.
I agree. Creed Brothers for tag team champions. We can start the petition.
I think Creed Brothers and War Raiders would be nice. I missed the tag matches, but I wasn't adding anything. However, I'm confused. Is LWO still a thing? Like I know like last
Yeah.
week Ray and
Zelina.
yeah, and I was like, okay. Um and I'd seen like they was, spoke of as LWO. I'm like, all right, cool. But like they still are a stable? Is that
Granted, most of the stable isn't there because I don't see Joaquin Wild or Cruz del Toro, and Dragon Lee's there.
and
Obviously,
Ray is on SmackDown, ain't he?
Ray's on Raw.
He's
Ray's
on
Raw.
okay. Okay. For some reason I thought he was on SmackDown.
He just doesn't feud with his son anymore. But
We don't need that.
no, they'll probably wrestle again at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's even when they not in a feud, somehow they get shoved together at WrestleMania. And if it's just gonna WrestleMania is gonna be the annual,
Mysterio
father
match.
and son fight. I mean go for it. I don't care. But I just think it's funny they get put together at WrestleMania all the time.
I would like to say that the man that topped ESPN's best wrestler under 30, he deserves better than wrestling his daddy every WrestleMania.
He's not gonna get nothing better than that.
He can wrestle Roman Reigns. That's better than his daddy.
First of all, can we just sidebar it? Does he really need to be at number one on that list?
Would you put MJF over Dominic?
I would have.
I would have if
That's
MJF
enough.
wasn't injured majority of the year.
But the last thing he left for
We're
was
gonna have
the movie, right?
Possible. He wrestles all the time. He'll wrestle one feud with someone and take off for like 2 months.
He's fragile. Too much steroids too soon.
Yeah.
You think MJ? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he's on the Randy AJ juice. I don't think he's taking anything.
I don't think he's on the Randy and AJ juice. First of all, he's not old enough to get the prescription.
So, Randy Orton was like 20 and was taking that ish.
He was taking whatever he was taking illegally.
He was getting it from Triple H, probably.
You guys do know we're uploading this.
I mean, it's live, so yeah. I mean, it's going right now.
I mean, yeah, it's already out there. I mean, Randy Orton was an OVW.
There
Like,
goes our
it's-
WWE shop promotion right there.
It's gone.
We just lost that sponsorship by saying that.
We still are. Hey, I still love him. Vince took steroids. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it is not a secret. When AJ came back and when Randy came back, it was not a secret that something was different.
With them two, I'm pretty sure it's legal now. There's testosterone clinics everywhere around the country. And if you're a man over 40 with money, which they are, it's easy.
You get the good stuff.
Medical grade, no labs, no underground labs included.
Or if you're smart, you just go to Mexico.
I don't.
That's true.
I hope this doesn't turn into a long conversation, but I think getting the doctor, if you're getting a testosterone stuff from a doctor here, a good doctor, I think that'd be better than going to Mexico and buying something that somebody at the shady store on the left pointed you to.
No, Mexico's medical grade. It's medical grade in Mexico. You go to Tijuana, you get the medical grade stuff. You're not getting animal tests. You're getting pure testosterone, not made in somebody's bathtub in Germany.
And trend. And
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
that
other
too.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go on that. We're not going on a bodybuilding podcast. This is not what this is.
I've never been to Mexico, so I don't know.
I feel like if I went to Mexico for that reason, I wouldn't make it back across the border. So no, I wouldn't go to Mexico to get gear.
Mm.
But back to the main topic at hand. After we had that match, we had the Judgment Day little clubhouse thing with Finn telling his and the art Finn and R-Truth having their little interaction, and Finn telling his people that he's the he's not the leader, but when you listen to Finn, you win. How did you guys feel about that?
So SummerSlam, when was it in Tennessee? Is that 22, 21? I think it says lost connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think Alex lost connection.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just wait till he gets back. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. My screen doesn't show me, so I didn't know. But
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
saying
we can see you.
SummerSlam, whenever it was in Nashville, I think that was 22, 21. I don't remember. But anyways, I was there and
Okay.
Finn was at he did a live podcast and he said the cool thing about Judgment Day, this is like months after he joined. He said the cool thing about Judgment Day is there's no leaders. And I like that even to this day. He still stands by that. He's lying, but he to them he still says there's no leaders because no one's in charge, no one's running it. It's just better when you listen to Finn.
I feel like it's getting ready to hit the fan
Yeah,
with
it
them
is.
soon. You know, no one you got to listen to Finn. It's just gonna be Finn and JD, which it should have been anyway. That's this version of Judgment Day. I'm a big JD fan. I like what JD does in the ring. I don't just make fun of his large head as most people do,
I
but
think with the beard, it looks better.
yeah, when he was beardless, he just kind of looked like it didn't look right. Looked like one of those toy. He looks like one of those
Yeah,
like looked like a toy, like a bobblehead.
Cody, he hit the nail on the hammer.
Yeah, so that wasn't good for him. But the other stuff, man, uh, he's great at the ring. The way he hits his normal, just regular moves, he makes him look
Did,
impactful.
did you get to see when him and Finn went overseas like a month or two ago?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That oh my god, that looks sick. That was they showed a edge to them that we don't get to normally see.
Oh, they can't take those type of bumps. They can't get set
Yeah,
like that out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know, in AEW, yes, but not in WWE.
And question, how long until we get to hear Carlito say anything again? Is he permanently banned from talking or what?
I think he'll come back. After all of Judgment Day is over, we'll get our Caribbean cool
I don't
Carlito.
I don't think people make a big deal about what he said to Damage Control. I don't think it was that offensive or offensive at all. I thought it was more of like he was ignorant and he just didn't know. Like he was like a stupid comment. Like he thought they were Chinese.
To
I
me,
didn't
it
think
was
it
just
was.
to me it just came over as the same thing if Truth would have said
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly. That's what I meant. Like it was like stupid humor. Like
Yeah, so I wasn't offended.
and I didn't. Yeah, I
I
didn't
thought
think.
Carly was the comic relief in that group. I thought he was supposed to be the comic relief guy. Like whenever something happened, he would say something funny at the end of the segment. And this time around, he just said something that people didn't like, I guess.
Well, it was the same thing. It was intended to be funny, but certain people online felt the way about it. Because there's people online that's protective of the Asian wrestlers, and I get that. But I just don't think it was what they thought it was. It wasn't too. Because they're like, what is the joke to be offensive? Like he just didn't know his countries. That's the joke. It's no
Yeah.
insult to him. Yeah.
I look at it like this: Carlito is not white, so it's not that offensive.
Yeah.
He's a Puerto Rican man. If it was a white man, if it was like if Finn would have said something like that, it'd been like,
A
oh
black
man,
one too, by the way.
a black one, yeah.
The
So
only guy that wore the Black History Month T-shirt. I was
that is
checking. I
true.
was
That
I
is
was
true. I did
watching the show, and the only one that wore that shirt was Carlito.
Carlito, yeah. So if you take all those things in account, I'm just like, it's Carlito. His character isn't the character that he used to have, but his character is he took R-Truth's spot as being goofy, the goofball in the group, the old
Yeah,
man as being a goofball. That was so.
Yeah, I just wonder what they're going to do with this Judgment Day thing. It's like they always found a way to judge it up or change things. Like when they brought in R-Truth, they brought a new energy. When Dominic was beefing with Rhea, it brought a new energy. Now there's no fucking energy in the Judgment Day, and it just seems stale. So I just wonder what they're going to do.
I like the way where I thought it was going or how it is, like where it was like, what Finn tried to bring in the street trash. Like he was just a group of punks that was just trying to take over. More or less of the dark evil mystic thing that they were trying to do, and then less of crazy, Damien being and Rhea being upset when they didn't have everything. But now just a group of punks that, was just trying to do whatever they wanted and get all the titles. Um I like where that was going. And I like the twist that Finn has got, where he's can get upset and becoming power hungry. But I don't think it's like a lack of direction or nothing. It is what it is.
Yeah, I can see that. They have direction. It's a slow burn. You got to think Triple H is
Yeah.
Mr. Slow Burn. I feel like if this leads to Finn being a single star again and getting a title, and not the Intercontinental title, like the world title, somewhere down the line, I'll be happy. If it doesn't, this is stupid.
Because I would have been cool with them being, comedic, heels on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah, but then they couldn't be the tag
Just
team
don't hit the
champions.
same mission that they did last year. Last year they were selling merch and all kind of shit when they had R-Truth. This time around, it just don't hit the same. I'm not saying they're complete ass. I'm just saying it's on a decline than it is on an increase.
I agree.
Well, I mean, maybe. But I don't think their height was with R-Truth.
The height might be with
Shit.
Edge.
Might for you.
No. We agree, disagree on that. I didn't like it that when they were Edge. I didn't care for that shit at all. Edge really thought he was home. Then they were like, "We kicking you out of the group." What?
Well, no,
He
I'm
didn't
not.
even know.
I'm not
He had-
speaking about. I'm not saying Edge was the height. No, but R-Truth wasn't. I think the height might have been when they were, when they had all the titles. They were on the pay-per-view poster. Damien had Money in the Bank. I think that was the best part.
Yeah, I can definitely see
I
that.
don't agree because Damien couldn't talk on the mic worth a fuck back then. I think it got
really
better.
about Damien.
Yeah, it's
It
not.
was about.
No, it was about the whole unit, and the most talkative person, as far as Mike, was Rhea at the time.
Rhea and Finn had the mic most of the time.
Yeah.
Damien just walked around with a big purple briefcase.
I see that. That's where we disagree. We had this conversation last time. You don't give Damien enough credit. I feel. I don't think you like Damien.
Me?
No, talking to Sir Alex.
Oh no. Okay, so let me clarify. I like Damien in NXT. I like the way he was in NXT. I like the way he was in the Indies. ROH. He was presented better. When he got to the main roster, and then it was like, he's like a good side, bad side. No. Like he's an Incredible Hulk. Like, oh, don't make him angry because he'll go to the dark side. No, I thought that was stupid. Then Edge brought him back in, and he had a more calm. He was cool. He wasn't cool like he is now, but he was just kind of standing in the background. He was like the heater. He was the heater of the Judgment Day. He just stood in the background while Rhea Ripley and Edge talk crap. He's just now starting to have any kind of character and swag to him. Just now.
So when you had no swag and character?
He didn't have swag when he was a champion. He got swag when he lost the title. And now he has a little bit of coolness. He's not Scott Hall cool, but he's cool.
Apparently in real life he's Scott Hall cool though.
That's what I heard.
With the ladies anyway.
Yeah. I mean, ask Caden Carter. But I think I do like Damian Priest, but I don't think he's the guy. Like, I like him in the Intercontinental title picture. I don't think
So
he's
they're
the
pushing
champion.
to beat the guy. Though. Like I understand what you're saying, but from the jump, they've been kind of pushing him, giving him opportunities to speak, giving the money in the bank for like almost a year. Like they've been trying to push him to be the guy. They've given him many opportunities. Now he's faltered because he can't talk on a mic worth a damn, Ricochet. But still, they've been trying to push him in that limelight. Even now, when he's beating the hell out of Gunther, like they're really trying to push for what I don't know, but they are giving him opportunities.
I mean, he has all the opportunities in the world, but that doesn't mean he should have them. Like if he goes over this weekend,
See, that's what.
if he goes over this weekend, I'm upset.
See, exactly. You don't like it. Let's get to the nitty gritty. You don't like him.
I don't like him in the spot that he's in. I think Gunther is a more complete package than Damian Priest.
No, I agree with that. But I don't have a problem with him being in the title picture. Like you said, he's showing more swag now. He's got more character to him. He's more confident. He's presented with a level of importance. He doesn't seem just like a heater. He doesn't seem like a sidekick to Finn anymore. He's his own guy.
True. He's not even a sidekick to Rhea.
Which they stuck that together. He was going to end up being that, and I don't. That was a good decision to split that up quick. That and the name sucked.
That's Terror Twins. Well, it was an IWC name. It wasn't really a WWE creation name. So, but definitely it wasn't good for him. It was. I mean, Rhea.
You there, Alex? Peter?
I think he's froze. He's reconnecting now, though.
Gotta get on Android.
I don't think we need that.
Well, my Android's working.
Your video isn't showing.
My video, because so wait, my video's not showing?
Not on mine.
On your phone?
No,
I see you.
He sees you. I guess.
It's you. Everyone sees you fine, bro.
I see you, and you're on the. I'm looking at the stream, so I see you on the stream.
Yeah, exactly. It's your phone.
Well, I was trying to change my background, but it wouldn't let me do that. So I guess I needed to do that before it went live.
Alex is reconnecting again. Hold on.
No.
Yeah, I can see you fine, bro.
Okay.
What's wrong with your expensive ass phone, man?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
No, not you, but Alex. He keep reconnecting.
I'm not even on the phone. I'm on the computer.
That's probably why.
Oh well, Oh, speaking of which, y'all, not to go on a wild tangent, but if y'all need laptops, Alex, I got 1, 2, I got 8. You choose one, sir. I will personally deliver this to you.
I'll take any one of them.
Yes.
Senor, I'll take any one of them.
Does that make those? Does that make Microsoft a official sponsor of the podcast?
That would be nice.
I mean, why not? I mean, we got the Dell Latitude here. It's touchscreen. It's a tablet.
I would love Microsoft. I would love AEW.
Yeah, well,
but Tony ain't gonna love what I have to say about the product, so I will never get AEW.
AEW is doing better.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
lie
about
that.
Hurt
Syndicate. So
is that your only reason?
I was sitting there to say that. I was like, I feel like that's the only thing you care about.
Oh well, then
I watched
you're gonna hate AEW in about about 6 months because
there ain't gonna be enough people to hurt.
I don't. I mean, I know we're discussing mostly WWE today, but I don't see a big I guess you have. I don't think the vision you have for the Hurt Syndicate is going to happen.
It's not
I
Tony's
think
vision.
I think you
I don't have a
I
vision.
think
I
you
don't have
have
to
this
take
vision of
people
them
watching on TV.
dominating and being like, with
No, I
Bobby being
don't.
champ, and I don't see that.
No, I don't. I just like watching them on. I just like seeing them on TV again. That's where I'm at right now. I have no plans, no nothing. I just like seeing them on TV. That's
They're
where
gonna
I'm
be
at
on
with it right now.
Rampage eventually.
Oh God.
Those squash matches where they go and wrestle Commander. He spurs Commander and puts him in the hurt lock. It's coming. No time.
Yeah, I think Tony, like, the idea of having them is cool, but I don't know if Tony has like a big plan. Like he's got this big, angle for the Night Riders or whatever they are, the Death Riders, and I guess common sense would be like to want to have them go against Hurt Syndicate, but I feel like he might try to isolate Hurt Syndicate in its own little world while having this Mox and Darby Allin thing go on.
I definitely agree. I don't see them touching.
Yeah.
The top guys that he has right now are for sure Christian Cage, Hangman Adam Page, Jay White, Darby Allin, and of course John Moxley because he's a champion. Maybe Shelton Benjamin will win the Continental Classic, but I don't see him winning the belt just because I don't see anybody beating Okada. Not because Okada's great, but just because Tony loves Okada.
Can we talk about Okada just for a quick second?
Yes.
And I love some of the Okada matches in New Japan, and speaking that him and Kenny is a modern day classic. It was hard hitting. It just looked so smooth. It looked aggressive. It's something about Okada in AEW where I don't see that. It seems like he moves a little slower. Uh, the the moves just aren't as smooth as they were before. Like I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm not trying to be overcritical. Like I think we even talked about it on here. The tombstone he did. It just something's just off.
I feel like he doesn't feel like he has to give 100% anymore. It's not Japan. I feel like in New Japan, he felt like, man, I got to give 100%. These are my people. This is my people. They paid good money to see me. Screw these
But
Americans. I
they
don't
paying
care.
you even more money in AEW, and
We got
he looks like he's having fun.
yeah.
But it just looks like he is there to goof off.
He doesn't
And
have to be serious, Okada. He doesn't have to carry the company.
and I thought when bringing him in, I thought bringing him in was, we were about to get through the big Okada matches here in America.
With who? Who was he having these matches with in AEW?
He could have it with Mox. He could have it with Ricochet.
Mox don't want to fight these niggas. Mox is in the AEW locker room and wants to fight AEW wrestlers. Now everybody's on that Mercedes Moné schedule where you just have these dream matches with these motherfuckers from out of the country.
Mox
Some people
was.
just
He
wanna
was
fight
over there
people.
in New Japan and was
He was the
He
champ
used
for a
belt.
while.
yeah, he was the champ.
Yeah, but that's why, because he had the belt. That's what I'm saying. But like, I don't know what kind of match you expect Okada to have.
A match where he tries.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so I'm saying they want to bring Okada to have Okada and Kenny Omega Part 2. Kenny Omega don't even want to be in AEW right now.
Well, that's a different subject within its own, but I'm just talking about just Okada.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Okada. What I'm saying is they brought Okada in to have these matches with these wrestlers. These wrestlers that they expect to have these matches with aren't even on the roster.
Okada can have
Like you
a
brought
good
Ricochet,
match.
huh?
Okada can have a good match with other people. He doesn't have to wrestle Kenny to put up effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not putting in effort. The Rainmaker looks like it doesn't look like he even puts any effort to it.
It does not look the same as it did in New Japan. It just doesn't.
They said the same thing about Naka when he came to the main roster, that he wasn't the same Naka in Japan.
Maybe,
not,
but
but he can't
he
be.
still had some hard matches on the main roster. He still had some really good
Yeah, I
matches on
agree.
there.
Nakamura versus
That's what I'm
AJ
saying, but I feel
Styles
the same
hits
thing about
regardless of what country it's in.
Oh, that was the best. I love that feud. Oh, that was great.
You know, and
What I'm saying is the same way you said the thing about the Hurt Business with Bobby Lashley. I'm saying the same thing to you. Like, I don't know what you were expecting.
I was expecting the same Nakamura in New Japan. Maybe not as protected as he was in New Japan, but still
Yeah.
high level, high caliber, like, quality matches. And I don't see it.
with
And I don't want to blame anyone. I'm not. I really don't even want to. Really don't want to be disrespectful to him. I'm just saying. I just noticed that it just isn't like that.
he doesn't give maximum effort anymore in the character, in the wrestling.
That's another thing. I wouldn't even have gave him this goofy character. It's not goofy like R-Truth or anything, but it's just I expected a hungry Okada coming to prove himself in America, and that's just not what I'm getting.
I figured he
Like
would.
Finn Balor said, I made my art in Japan. Finn Balor said, I made my art in Japan. I didn't come to America to do the same shit. I made my art there. You got Prince Puma. Prince Puma made his art in the Indies. And y'all niggas want Ricochet to kill himself because he's still trying to relive his 20s.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then because I thought that was one of the main reasons why Okada didn't come to WWE. It's like was I thought he was, worried about how he would be handled in America, and just so he can go to AEW and them to do some of the same things they would have did with him there.
Very true.
I don't like Goofy Okada, and I get that. But as far as his moveset as any ring, I don't see really much of a difference. The goofy shit, I agree. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I agree with that. But the in-ring shit, I don't think much has changed.
He's so sorry, and then he says his catchphrase, "bitch," which doesn't make sense. Which is stupid. He's a comic. He's a comical heel. He's a comical heel. He's like Steve Urkel. Did I do that? You're waiting for it every episode for him to say it. You know he's gonna say it. When is he gonna say it? So no. If Okada was presented serious, I would love it. If he, had an interpreter, hire Sonny Ono. Not that you
An interpreter.
All he says is "bitch," and I'm so sorry. That's not.
I mean, hell, in New Japan, he even had a hype man there, so it wouldn't hurt.
Terrible.
I mean, they have Alex Abrahantes for the dudes. They had him for the Lucha Brothers. Penta only needs to say Cero Mero. He doesn't need to say anything else. He doesn't have to cut a promo on you. Penta's over. Penta should have been a champ. Penta should have been AEW champion. Penta's over. That never happened.
True.
He was TNA champion. He got that on his belt. And I'm not saying Penta's a great wrestler because he doesn't really wrestle the luchador style. He does maybe one or two flippy moves, and that's it. He's more of a brawler. But that's the reason he's going to WWE. At least he knows he can make that money as a tag team wrestler, wrestle Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee whenever they get there. But when it comes to Okada, he ain't hitting like he used to.
Ah! The fuck?
He's not. I've seen a lot of people say that Okada's not hitting like he used to.
No one is when they leave Japan. Kenny, Prince, none of them niggas is the same when they leave Japan.
Oh, no.
I don't know what it is about Japan.
I don't know. I think with Kenny, it's not that he's not in the same. It was just
Kenny's broken.
He was hurt. Yeah, it was because Kenny when he goes out, because he can even go all out in AEW. It just he choose when he wanted to because he just his body wasn't able to handle it.
I think when Kenny
Okay,
comes,
Kenny on that list, Prince Devin on that list, Tamaloa's on that list, definitely. I don't know what happened to him.
No, Tonga Loa had his moments in Japan too, though.
and he's not the guy. You got to think Tongaloa is in his 40s. The guy that of the brother the people in the bloodline that are getting pushed to the forefront is Solo and Jacob. Solo just in
Yeah,
storyline,
straight up nigga.
and Jacob because Jacob's the guy. Physically, Jacob's the guy. Like he has everything in ring. He has
Yeah.
the intensity. I mean, he's more over just saying "I love you, Solo" than probably anybody else.
Solo.
We got Yeet and "I love you, Solo." That's all we need. Yeet, I love you. Yeet, I love you. I'm just waiting for that chant. You know. But Tongaloa, a lot of the guys in Japan, I think their move sets are limited. Like Tongaloa can't use the gun stun because that's the RKO. It's a diamond cutter. In WWE, they don't recycle moves. Like you can't have the same move as Randy Orton. In Japan, how many people do cutters? A lot. In AEW, how many people do cutters? A lot. WWE limits who can do a cutter. Probably right now on the main roster, only one person can do a cutter, and that is Randy Orton.
Cody gets one.
He has the Cody cutter, but that's true. But he has to jump off of a rope. You can't just do it. You know, Tongaloa, he just did it. The gun stun, that was his finisher. Can't do it no more.
Mhm.
Now Tamba Tonga, he's the botch master, so he's okay. But back to the main thing on Raw, we had Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser that ended in a no contest. I thought that was fine. It's set up because Sheamus ran in. It's set up for the Sheamus thing. And we have a triple threat match now. And for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series this Saturday. So I'm happy with that. It's fine. Braun Breaker took a heck of a run into the side of the table. He's going to die.
Yeah, the way it looked, it was almost as if he wasn't supposed to land like that. Like I don't see what else he would have done, but the way he ran into it was just they just looked like legitimately like he hurt himself. It was bad.
Ran to the corner of the table. I'm surprised he got up the way he did.
Yeah.
That man's a freak. I think he was supposed to be down a little btle bit more, so his shoulder would hit it.
Okay, because something did seem off.
But his abdomen hit it, so that looked a little bad.
I'm excited just for Kaiser getting a title shot and being in a PLE. And Sheamus, man, poor Sheamus. He is since returning, he came back. People make fun of his physique, and then after that, people just forgot about him. He ain't been on no PLEs for a long, long time. So, I'm happy that he's a part of this. What did you say?
He said Titus O'Neil. He travels the world and goes to different football stadiums. Hey there, fella. You know, he travels. He said Titus O'Neil. He travels and stuff and does stuff with WWE.
That's not what he wants. He wants
good
to
for
be. He wants to be in a higher position on the card.
Yeah, he
Better
definitely
lose some weight.
I
He's in
thought
good
he
shape
looked.
now.
I thought yeah, he looks
He's in
pretty
good shape now. You can't expect him.
He'll look nothing like he did.
Him look what?
Nothing like he did.
How old is he now?
He's in his late 40s. He's in his early 40s.
The change he made from his return to now,
now.
and it's been a short time period.
He was in the gym.
Yeah,
you know.
I have a little gut that I've been trying my hardest to get rid of, and it's not going nowhere.
Sheamus is 46.
I'm just surprised. How old?
46.
How old is he?
46.
Wow, I didn't know he was 46.
Sheamus is an older guy.
Look at The Rock. The Rock is 53. He can't do what The Rock does.
We talked about this earlier.
We have been very questionable of what The Rock actually does.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
We talked about this
Yeah, I
earlier.
forgot about that.
We can't put. There's a difference between having a Hollywood physique and a sports physique where you have to piss in a cup. You get what I'm saying?
Well, he does
Or-
pee in the cup.
I knew you were going to say that, Peter. I was waiting for you.
It just
bring
isn't
it
a
up.
lab cup. It's just...
No, you know, there's no. It's not tested. But what can I say except you're welcome? The Rock, Maui, whatever you want to call him.
And while The Rock has that great physique, Rock doesn't have a wrestler's stamina at all.
Oh no, he can't go
Unfortunately.
like he used to.
Guys out there sweating as soon as he makes an entrance. You get worried about watching him out there.
Is he going to have a heart attack right now?
Yeah.
Is he going to be Ric Flair?
He had a heart attack to say he want to be ahead of the table. He had a heart attack to announcing that.
That's why I don't think The Rock will have a one-on-one match with Roman Reigns ever. Like ever.
I think they could do a nice little 10-15 minute match.
A lot of rest holes. The Rock
A lot of
talked
rest
crap.
holds, a good minute of them standing and staring at each other, a lot of back and forth punches, signature moves. Nothing too long,
I'm going to put it like this. The Rock can't have the match that he had with Hogan. And Hogan was an old bald man.
It's something that needs to be looked at. But then again, how old was Hogan then?
Shoot, I don't know. Hogan was old. Hogan
Okay.
Hogan was 50. Hogan was
He was 50. Okay. So yes, it definitely needs to be looked at. Like, why did Hogan at 50 have more stamina than Hollywood superstar Rock does now?
Hogan never stopped really wrestling.
No, that's fair. That is fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he never stopped wrestling. He think he can go now.
No, he can't go now. He'll die. But the Hulkster is one of the, that's the thing. Those old guys, they continue to wrestle. Like Cena. Cena can probably still put on a good match. Cena's in his
Maybe.
late 40s. Cena's stopped wrestling. I'm pretty sure when we see Cena in January, Cena's going to be doing some stuff. Cena's going to take some bumps.
Oh, yeah, definitely. To be our next world champion, he has to get in shape.
Ain't nobody talking about that.
He's not going to be next round.
Cena's not beating Ric Flair.
Confetti, crying. He returns the belt and says, "You know what? Here you go. I don't need this." And goes off into the sunset. There you go.
He's not beating Rick.
Why would he even need to do that? Why would he? Because one, if he did do this great record, why would he just give up the belt?
And where would this debacle happen? What event?
This is live, right? This is live. So when we go back to this, I want it to be known that I'm the one that said on here that John Cena is going to beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania and become champion. I just want that to be known.
Why
and
would
y'all two are denying it.
But why
What
would
he
you?
wants.
Why would you want that to happen? Not like you personally, but you as a
That's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
booker.
I didn't say I wanted it to happen.
Yeah,
I
not
didn't say
you
I wanted it
personally.
to happen. I said it's going.
But you as a booker, why would you be like, all right, here's my top guy, the first babyface that I've gotten that gets a general reaction in years, that gets a positive reaction in years. Why would I want to get my guy of yesterday to just come in and beat him at our biggest show? Like, what does that do for anyone other than Cena? Like, what would that do for WWE, for Cody? Like, what does that do?
It doesn't even do anything for Cena.
Especially if he just gives the belt up right away. Like, what is
We're gonna have a tournament the next night. No. That's no. Cena's wrestling a regular guy, maybe Randy Orton on WrestleMania. And I know Randy didn't want it, but that's who he needs to wrestle at WrestleMania. He needs to wrestle Randy.
I think I read somewhere that Undertaker regretted breaking his streak and wished that he didn't do it. He wished that he just would have went out with his streak. I
He
think
also
John
said he
Cena
wanted to
seen
give it
that.
up to
No,
Bray.
Yeah.
John Cena seen that, knows that he's not, bro. His ego, so his ego is not gonna let him go out on his back. I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen.
I don't agree. He put Solo over.
He puts all
Clean.
over.
Clean.
He might win at Mania, but if that's said, it's not going to be a title match.
No.
And
Did he put
last,
Bello over in like Saudi Arabia?
yeah, he did.
yeah,
If
What was that?
he, yeah, he lost in Saudi Arabia. If he wins if let's say he does win the belt at Mania, then he's gonna continue on, and then it's gonna be a big match where he loses the belt, and that would be his last match.
yeah.
But not this great send off at Mania and everybody crying and him handing the belt away.
And anyway, he's
Um,
wrestling till December of next year.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, if he that leads to a whole new storyline with him, defending, and sure, go for it. But the way that you propose, no.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't see it happening at all. Cena's
I
just
mean,
gonna
he's
have a
already
match
said
with Braun.
WrestleMania is not his last match. It's just his last WrestleMania.
His last Royal Rumble, his last Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I know
his
last
last.
time. Okay. Whether or not however he retires the belt, whether it's not the next night on Raw, possibly, but either way, he's going to be the one thing is rest assured he's going to be champion come WrestleMania.
I don't think
No,
we don't need that. I mean, it's just as far as with all the storylines already going in, Cena just needs to be a side attraction to Mania. He doesn't need to be in the main event.
I
I
thought
agree.
Liv didn't need the belt beef with Rhea. If they have Dom in the storyline, I don't think you need the championship. I think the women's championship on Raw is ass, but that's just the way they
Liv
book it.
Liv's whole purpose, her whole drive was to get the belt from Rhea. It wasn't about Dom. She just used Dom to get it.
He was a perk.
Yeah.
It was a perk.
We didn't say it was a good perk.
Hell, Liv might turn on Dom and stay with Judgment Day.
We know Dom's getting kicked out immediately.
Yeah, Liv might stick around.
I think so. But that's a perfect lead in because we had the World Tag Team Championship match. Judgment Day defeated the old War Raiders. I thought this was a decent match. It had the funny business with Carlito and Dominic Mysterio, but it was a decent match. Royal Raiders always deliver, and JD takes heck of a bumps. So I like the match. What did you guys think?
Match was fire. I love the War Raiders. I'm so glad they're back. This tag division on Raw, man, we're really starting to see some shine with some of these tag teams, and I'm really happy they're back, man.
Same. Good to see them back as the War Raiders as well, and they haven't missed a beat. Yeah, they haven't missed a beat. They're good. I hope this doesn't just they don't disappear after this. I want to see them still involved in the tag division. I want to see them. I want to see War Raiders and and the Creed brothers.
That'd be an amazing match.
Yeah,
I honestly wanted to see the
Yeah.
War Raiders to win because I'm tired of seeing JD and Finn. This version of JD and Finn, obviously, we talked about when they went overseas and that type of match that they had, but they don't wrestle on a consistent basis on Monday Night Raw. They're featured, but they don't wrestle. And they're not like the Motor City Machine Guns who we see week in and week out wrestling as a tag team. Judgment Day is usually talking about Dom and Rhea and Damian Priest. The match was good. I just wish it had a different outcome, but they'll lose the titles eventually.
For a guy like JD, you want them to lose the belts? I mean, because
I like JD, but I don't like them as tag team champions.
Because I don't, after we lose Judgment Day, I don't know
where's JD gonna go.
What JD? Yeah, I don't know.
I can see JD firmly in the Intercontinental title picture.
Okay.
JD had some good matches with Braun on NXT. JD's had some amazing matches with Butch, Pete Dunne in NXT UK and NXT.
It's not. Name me a tag team that broke up where both competitors were successful as singles wrestlers besides the Hardy Boys. I'll
Edge and
wait.
Christian.
Yep.
Okay, I'll give you that. Who else?
Hogan and Savage.
Ah, that's not fair. But no, in the history of WWE, I call it the Marty Jannetty complex. Once a tag team breaks up, one motherfucker gonna be the star, the other one gonna be Marty Jannetty. Remember
Wait
Heavy
a minute.
Machinery?
What team are we talking about in this situation?
We're talking about JD. We're talking about the Judgment Day. If they were to break up, y'all were saying that JD can still have a solo career. What I'm
Well,
saying
wait a
is once they
minute.
You
break
can't
up,
compare that because Finn is
JD and
already a
Finn are
star.
not a JD and Finn are not a real tag team.
Yeah, Finn is already a star. Finn is already he was the most over guy in the group, regardless. He
Yeah,
was the most over guy.
how is that a real tag team? How many times they won the belt?
one time. Oh, they won more than once.
Yeah, they lost it, then they got it back. I forgot who they lost it to.
Yeah. So how are they not a real tag team when they got the back tag team belts?
Finn is a solo wrestling star doing a side mission in a stable.
Who?
Finn Balor. Like, what do you mean?
He's our first Universal Champion.
Finn been in the judge. That was like how long ago? Y'all still hold on to that?
Yeah, that's history books. That's forever.
Mm-hmm.
He had it for a day.
Well, because he
got
was hurt.
injured.
Yeah,
But he had it for a day. That's not memorable to me. Like y'all, like
he's the first ever.
Respectful.
That's very memorable.
Yeah.
he had it for a day.
Take that
Okay.
away, he still is a solo star. This isn't a real tag team. This is just a side thing for Finn to do until he turns on Dom.
I agree. Till Dom
I don't
has
think
his
it's a side-
huge monster babyface run.
Dom, we'll see.
If somebody was to say, who is Finn Balor? You wouldn't be like, he's a tag team wrestler on the Raw division. No, you'd say Finn Balor, wrestling star, he came from New Japan. He was NXT champion multiple times. You would mention everything he's done. You wouldn't say he's a tag team wrestler.
This is the height of what Finn. Y'all got bad memories. Finn Balor was not a top star before Judgment Day, bro. He was not. He was not.
How can you say that when when he wrestled Roman didn't beat him. God beat him because God broke the rope.
Oh yeah, that's still unexplained ending that we'll never get.
Mm-hmm. We had paranormal activities to beat this man.
He wasn't a big star before the Judgment Day. Judgment Day helped his career. It wasn't like it hurt it. It's not all some Bianca fucking Jade shit where it's hurting Bianca. No, this is helping Finn.
It helped Finn. It gave him something to do, but it's not like the best thing that's ever happened to him. Like it's not.
In the last 5 years, yes.
Honestly, I feel like in any moment they could have inserted Finn to beat Seth Rollins, and we could have had Finn versus Damian Priest, and Damian cashed in on Finn.
I feel like there was thought about that. I feel like there was thought. And then when they pulled the trigger on the Finn Damian thing, it was too much was going on because they had Gunther and on all that, and so I feel like they were just they didn't have the right enough time to handle it the way it should have been, but in the right world we would have had a proper feud with Finn and Damian for the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's what I think.
Which we still could have if he beats Gunther. If he beats Gunther, we can set that
That's
up.
not happening because because that completely buries Gunther. That completely buries him.
He's already getting buried.
He doesn't need to be buried. He can lose the title. I because he doesn't really have any good feuds going on right now. He can lose the title, but not to Damian. No, because what now we're gonna have Damian and feud with Finn.
Damian again once again. The Damian shit again.
Look, that title needs to be on Seth Rollins. So when
that's definitely headed to Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Yeah. And I got a weird, not a weird, but I got a odd prediction. I see Gunther possibly facing Goldberg at WrestleMania.
I can see Goldberg's last match.
Because we didn't set that tension up for nothing.
It was put out there for a reason. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
And they're not taking the belt off Gunther and just throwing him to the side. There's no way. They got something planned for him.
He can have a match with Goldberg without the belt.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
nobody wants
No
that
belt.
for the
No
belt.
belt.
Yeah,
No-
please,
no-
please, no.
Goldberg retires no belt. Goldberg just retires his body.
I meant Gunther drops the belt, and then after that, he gets treated with this special match at Mania with Goldberg. When
And
I say
would-
special, I meant
Shit.
like
The
a
retirement
match that's some attraction. Not that I'm expecting something great out of it.
Goldberg's last match. That's all it is. He hits he hits a spear. Gunther kicks out. He power bombs into hell 3 or 4 times because Goldberg is still Superman, and that's it.
Or could we get Gunther and John Cena? Because Cena needs something.
He got Cody.
No.
Oh my God, let that go. Let that go.
You're reaching, brother. You're reaching.
It's happening.
They'll wrestle, probably. I don't see it happening to be the main event of anything. Maybe a house show. And MSG. But after that, we did get to what I thought was the most impactful thing of the night. We were told that we're going to have the 10-year anniversary of the New Day. And then it was New Day versus Alpha Academy. And Alpha Academy pretty much squashed the New Day. And then it led to probably the most sick burns I've ever seen a tag team give each other without hitting each other in the face.
So-
What are you thinking, good brother? I see you want to talk about it.
I felt like watching that felt like as a kid seeing your heroes fall out. And it was hard to watch. It was good to watch, but hard to watch at the same time.
I thought it was the best segment on the show.
Oh yes.
The most heartfelt segment on the show. The you lost Kofi Mania 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
Yeah, that's true. And that's hurtful. And then he's telling him he wasn't good enough to be the world champion. I'm like, wow. Like he was wrestling longer than Big E. I'm excited for next week. Hopefully E comes back. I want to see E.
We're supposed to have this celebration, and now what are we celebrating? The boys aren't getting along. It's looking bad. Even Big E showing up may not bring the spirits up too far up.
I think E's gonna take a bump. Like one of them gonna accidentally hit E in the back of the neck, and E gonna fall. And then they're gonna be like, "You killed E, you bastard!" Something's gonna happen. But shout out to the New Day. I love the Goku Black and regular Goku.
Yeah,
outfits.
yeah.
I thought that was dope. I was like, oh, look
That's
at
awesome.
their last shout out to Dragon Ball before they break up.
Oh my God.
About damn time. Shit. Let's get okay. Come on, let's get this over. Come on, yeah. About time. Damn, waited years for this.
You agree with Kofi's statement? About
Yes.
he said he. Which one?
He said a lot. He's very vocal.
Yeah, I loved it. That was I'm waiting. I want him to break up for so long. I'm just glad we finally getting it.
Are you Team
Kofi? I am. I don't know what y'all is. But no, I was gonna say, what do you think about Kofi's statement about him being a Hall of Famer?
He is. I mean,
Hall of
he
Famer.
is. When
He is.
He told Xavier he was a Hall of Famer before they met.
That wasn't true.
That was very true. No, that was true. I don't even like Kofi. And that's true. I hate Kofi Kingston. And that's very true.
How could you
hate
say
God.
those words together?
I hate Kofi Kingston.
Listen,
He's not my
I
favorite.
was never a
Jesus.
Kofi Kingston fan. I was never a Kofi Kingston fan. Never, ever a Kofi Kingston fan. Ever.
I was
Boom,
always
boom.
I was
Never.
a Kobe fan from day one. I even liked his
Jamaican.
promo package which they don't do much anymore.
No,
Like
they
the,
don't do those anymore.
and he the good, him on the beach and stuff. It was just a cool rollout. It felt like the 90s. It felt like an new generation debut.
Yeah, it was definitely a throwback. It was a throwback. It reminded me of a little bit of Carlitos and Razor Ramones. So definitely a
Yeah.
throwback.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely
I
thought
think DJ from is a great wrestler.
that Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter. Yeah. Who did Tekken have? Not DJ. Who did Tekken have?
Shit, I forgot.
No, I think it was DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was DJ.
DJ was Street
But
Fighter.
but no, Kofi. I think he's had a nice career. I don't know when he said, Hall of Fame before. I don't know, but I got a bias from fan of him. But he did. I will say he did have a nice amount of titles on him though. Like I felt like he won the U.S. and Intercontinental title multiple times.
I mean, he held down the mid card.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
for sure. Like him and Dolph had bangers every time they wrestled.
Yes, yes.
And then he had tag team titles. Before the New Day. With
Multiple times.
with our
R
truth and Evan
Truth,
Bourne.
Evan Bourne,
So he was
CM Punk.
CM Punk. Yes, I forgot about CM Punk. So he's an old school tag team champion. So he was definitely solid in the mid card. So yeah, he might have a point. He might have been.
I agree. Yeah.
He might have been. I take that back. He might have been Hall of Famer material.
Exactly.
Definitely. He wouldn't end the show, but he'd be like Tito Santana. He'd be like third person on the show.
I do think now. I think by Ric Flair rules, he deserves 2 rings by the end of his career.
The New Day and for Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and I think Randy Orton should have done into the Hall of Fame.
No, now you're pushing it. Now
I was calling him stupid.
So bad.
No, I think if when he does, it'll be done by Big E.
Do you see the weird biases that we have going on? Mr. Kennedy, maybe got a little rough, hit some sensitive spots with that slam on Randy. He's in trouble. A mistake happens in the ring that nobody notices but Randy.
Yeah.
He's yelling out stupid stuff. He doesn't get no penalized. Nobody says he's unsafe. Nobody says he's reckless.
I'm a big Mr. Kennedy fan, so I thought that was bullcrap.
Mr. Kennedy was getting the push and they were bullying him. You try to chew gum and walk to the ring, Triple H said you can't do that shit. They buried Mr. Kennedy because he was getting the push.
They hate us.
About to be they were introduce him as Vince's son, like long lost son. Like they had a
That's the
whole
character,
thing
yeah.
for him, and they buried him. They completely buried him. John Cena and Randy Orton.
None of them
And he
wanted
wasn't
him.
the only one back then. He wasn't the only one either back then.
They didn't want him there. Kennedy /
Yeah.
Anderson. He was a guy that I think everybody loved his promos.
Love
his entrance of Mister. That was Kennedy. Like and Anderson. I bought his T-shirts when he was in TNA.
Well, that was different.
No, he was still presented the same. It went left
he was.
eventually. It went left eventually with the
His
aces and
TNA
eights and all that stuff.
His TNA run, he got fired from TNA for being pilled up.
Yeah, but he still had some good moments before all
Yeah.
that.
Let's.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We can't talk about peeled up in TNA without talking about Jeff Hardy.
Or Perk Angle.
But he didn't get high during the match.
Didn't do him before.
He wrestled. He might, if he was high, he still wrestled. He didn't pass out and steamroll him up
at an elite level.
Yeah, he was the guy. Like what Kurt Angle did in TNA is way better than what he did in WWE.
In like 2 years, or was it even 2 years?
Yeah, and he went crazy.
You said 2 years?
I said in 2 years he did more in TNA than he did this whole time.
But he was there longer than 2.
Yeah, he
How
was
long
there
was
for a
he there?
long time. He was there
Yeah.
for a long time, like 6 or 7 years. He was the guy.
He was there longer than he was in WWE, and
Yeah,
it doesn't sound right. They don't.
I think I think we say that
No,
for the
but the
simple fact
thing,
that we remember. We have fond memories of him, of his debut, and everything in the Attitude Era went so quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he came.
yeah,
He came at a perfect moment where he was there for the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, Kurt did everything for those few years. You know, he was in the WWE from '98 to 2006, and then his TNA stuff was it's so far down here in this list. Jesus Christ! But anyway, his TNA stuff was up until the mid-teens. You got to think he wrestled Jeff
I,
Hardy. He was there with Hogan.
oh yeah,
Yeah, no, he did 10 years in TNA. So 2006 to
oh,
2016, he was there. He did 10 years in TNA. So he has a long legacy of TNA. He's a TNA wrestler that just came from the WWE. He put TNA on the map like him and AJ Styles. Obviously AJ is the face of TNA. You think of TNA, you think of AJ.
2007
I think
Kurt Angle
yeah,
versus 1997 Shawn Michaels. Man, 7 stars.
here we go.
Dave Meltzer would give it 2.5. Too predictable. Too predictable. I knew he was going to hit that super kick. You know, I knew he was going to pass out, and then Kurt was going to get an ankle lock. You know,
All right, we do it. We
and at
do it
the
in
event,
a special WWE event live in Japan in Tokyo Dome.
then he might give it just for the atmosphere of the people not talking and not clapping, and then just standing up at the end. He'll give it 10 stars.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
it's
know. If the arena is full, he might take off a star because it's not indie enough.
no in Tokyo Dome. It's usually full. If it's America, it has to be half full. No,
Has to be half.
hey, we're gonna get. Hey, that's not true. They're gonna have great stars when they start wrestling at Broadbent Arena. They're gonna have.
Oh
decent
yeah,
race
I'm
stars.
definitely
I'm,
going to see that. I'm glad that AEW is going to smaller arenas. It's going to be awesome.
they didn't have
I plan to be at Collision.
I don't know why they didn't pick Freedom Hall. I know this is totally sidebar, but they could have picked Freedom Hall,
Yeah,
and they would have sold it out. Freedom Hall is not that big.
Yeah,
but Broadbent's
yeah.
cool. Broadbent's cool.
Broadbent's even smaller. So I don't think they have faith. They might not have faith in the Louisville market.
Well, the last time they were in Kentucky, look what happened.
Well, not even Kentucky. Let's look at they've been to Lexington multiple times. They only went to Louisville once.
All right, I was getting close to my bedtime. I got it.
Well, I know you, but before you go to bed, young man, we have the main event. Bianca Belair defeated.
Is that Lito's Joker behind you?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Gotta love. I love these series. The movies. He wasn't my favorite Joker, but I love the movies. I love Batman vs Superman. I know that's a hot take.
All right, there's a part of me that wants to like Jared Leto. He seems very problematic and not somebody to hang out with in real life.
Yes.
But I like the craziness from a distance. And I think if given enough time, he would have had a great Joker. I'm not saying what I put it next to Nicholson or
Ledger.
or Ledger. I'm not rating that. I just think he would have put on a great performance.
I do too. I think it needed to be fleshed out. And,
Yeah, definitely.
And if Snyder had his true run that he wanted, it would have been fleshed out. But hey, now we have this new one. The new one I'm not too excited about. But I'm not a Superman guy either. So there's that.
But see, the Batman we have now with Robert Patterson, apparently that's still not supposed to be the main DCU Batman. So
Hmm.
even with that, we can get a totally different Joker than the guy that was in. We didn't even see the guy in the Batman. It was just a guy. I mean, I guess the actor is listed, and I don't know who he
He's
is. No,
listed.
just
He's who did he play? He played the young guy in Eternals.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's him. Did you watch Penguin?
I am only one episode in.
I'm
I'm
on
I'm
two.
I'm yeah. I'm gonna get to it. I'm between that I was watching Agatha, and so that had all my attention,
I
and
finished Agatha. Agatha was good. I enjoyed it.
yeah. So now I'm gonna be watching this and Doom Prophecy. So, but I'm gonna get to it.
That sounds like a plan. You have to tell me how you feel. But now let's get to the women's War Games decision match. Bianca beat Nia Jax with help from Bailey. It was a good match. I feel like Bianca brings out the best in Nia. And them inserting Bailey for sure now. Well, it'll be for sure on Friday when they show that show. But them inserting Bailey, I don't care one way or the other. But I know Bailey brings star power to them to the main event more than the star power that they already had with Rhea and Bianca and Io and Naomi. And Liv. Like they have stars, but I know that Bailey has tenure and she's a star. So it was all right match. What did you guys think?
Since
Bailey
they brought
come.
Nia back, she has been, and I'm glad they brought Nia back. Needed that monster heel when she left. Everyone was so happy. Oh, you injured people. Ain't nobody talking that ish right now with Nia. I'm really, really happy for her right now. And that was a great match. Nia does bring out the best of a lot of people. I think her matches with Bailey have been great. Her matches with Bianca are classic. I think Nia can really go. And I think she deserves a lot more credit than what she's getting as far as being a heel on that WWE.
I think you're being very liberal with the word classic.
Yeah, I don't think it's a classic.
Classic.
It's a good match for her by her standards.
It's good, but I'm not with the word classic out.
I love me some Nia Jax.
Oh, I mean, yeah, same. I think she's very attractive. I'll put to say that on the record.
She's not had a bad match as she's been back in comparison to what she was doing before. It's been a massive improvement.
Been a massive improvement, a lot of
Yeah.
more aggression. She's you know, she does her heel work very good. She's been a little bit more risk taking with her moveset as well. Yeah,
And she lost some
I
weight
don't.
too. She looked cool.
She's
Yeah.
been working on that ever since she had left, though.
But you got to think she's done a little bit of. She did some runway when she was off from WWE. She went back to her roots
Yeah.
of being a model. She was plus size, but and the first time she was just a regular runway model. But hey, she's still doing her thing. She's can't take her beauty away from her, no matter how much she eats.
Can we talk
Um,
about that? It's probably shouldn't be a podcast subject. Whatever. Um, I've seen the past pictures of her, and it seems like she had got bigger, I guess, after her wreck. Is that normal for people?
Well,
Yeah, you can't.
yeah, you
Okay.
become
I haven't been in many. No, not to knock on wood. I
you
don't.
you become immobile, and when you're depressed, you
Yeah, that's
either
fair. That's fair.
you eat or you do drugs. She just ate. That's what most people do, and food is a lot more accessible than cocaine. So
Oh
you
God.
know, so she was eating and she gained weight, but now she's getting back in shape. She's taken more bumps than I would have ever thought she would take. Um,
Oh man. Speaking of bumps, what did y'all think of the one with her and Naomi from a few weeks ago?
that was a beautiful bump. I
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
flip into
That's what
something
I'm
like
saying. Like she's doing her thing. Like she's having these great matches, bro.
they're not classics, but they are up there for her. Like,
Whatever. Haters. I think Drake's classic. That's just me. I think a lot of things are classic. Y'all not might agree with.
Oh my God! If your rating system was out there, you would get more heat than
Dominic.
what's his face from
Dave Meltzer.
no, I was gonna say
Okay,
that
Dave
nerd
What
according
nerd?
to MVP, that nerd.
Oh, Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
Dave Meltzer.
Dave
Dave
Meltzer.
Meltzer.
Dave
Yeah, he said
Meltzer.
that. Dave.
Man,
Yeah. All right.
MVP's doing his thing. But before we get off of here, guys, what do you give this Raw? 1 to 5. I give it a 3. It was a decent Raw. It wasn't the best, but it was good enough to go home.
Yeah, I give it about 3.
It was-
The New Day fallout was a very emotional roller coaster for me. So that was a very much a highlight of the show for me.
Oh, I completely agree. That was the best promo, the
Oh
best
yeah.
segment of the whole thing. Wasn't the best wrestling match because they got squashed. The best wrestling match was obviously the Creeds and the LWO, but the best just segment all in general because the way they just shot the segment with they followed them from the ring all the way to the backstage,
Yeah.
and you could see it was building as they were walking. It was building and it was building and it just exploded, and stuff that I didn't think that they would say
Yeah.
came up, and I was like, wow, this, I don't even know if y'all actually like each other, in real life. So definitely the best segment. But gentlemen, I think that's it. I know Shaw has to go to bed.
Some of us gotta be up at work at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I
I'm
do
still
too. I do too, but
I'm gonna be up at 4 regardless. I'm usually messaging the group chat
But y'all
at 4.
stay up and do stuff. Y'all play video games, and I go to bed.
I'm gonna go take a shower and look at my woman and go to bed. And
yeah, that's my exact plans.
So that's pretty much it for me,
Okay.
brother. But all right, Ether of
Okay.
Wrestling. I'm Alex. That's Shaw. That's Peter. We will see you guys on the next one.
All right.
You and these damn toys.
Hey man, I spent $1,000 on this shit.